Welcome back to Saga of Three Kings, session number 24, entitled Old Dwarf Redoubt. Been here for 3 sessions, I think, and we're finally getting a session titled after the place. Last session, the group continued its sneaky, stealthy moves inside of the Redoubt, but were unfortunately brought to the awareness of the individuals inside of the Redoubt because of an unfortunate error on Raya's part. Luckily, he narrowly dodged a very, very grievous wound. They combated the denizens of the Redoubt, the Crimson Scarves, and were very quick to bring down several of them. They then were encountered by the leader of the group, who some of them the group kind of recognized this individual as being Calareth, the individual that Gondar of the Honorbound was seeking out. And also by his description, the farmers had seen this Calareth before, so Beldrug had an idea that this was the leader of the cultists that wished to bring back Ashmedea, the Dragon Queen of Greed. They did fight bravely. Calareth, after seeing his number fall quickly, decided that even if he were to win this conflict, it would still technically be a losing battle for him, and retreated. In a fury explosion, he disappeared, knocking Shambles to the ground, and cracking his center chassis glass case in his new body. But he vanished, leaving his hammer behind. The group immediately after, Leon went to Shambles and healed him for however many hit points it says he healed him for on the chat there. And with that being said, I will of course just yield to you all. Immediately after the conflict is concluded, what would you like to do?
So just out of character, Zach, Grok did heat metal on the hammer. He dropped it, and then he left, and then Joe's character picked up the hammer. But it's not a fight. Is it a fighting? It's not a fighting hammer, right?
Yes, it is.
It's a fighting hammer.
Fighting hammer.
This hammer is a fighting hammer. The hammer you found in the Anvil was not.
Okay.
This hammer is a maul, not a battle hammer or warhammer.
Got it.
Battle axe warhammer.
If anybody else has the ability to heal, that would
I
be
could heal.
awesome.
Is it a mundane mod?
It is, as of right now, mundane. You would need a short rest with it to identify its properties.
How hurt are you, Jeremy?
Very.
Very hurt. Okay, I'll do cure wounds at 3
Real
level.
quick, Leon had healed Shambles
Yeah.
for the amount shown here.
Should be right above the green block. 9 total, I think.
Yeah.
That's what your hit point total should be.
Are we in a bad place right now? Should we attempt to
Yeah.
rest or
No,
Okay.
let's pass out all the heal spells we can. If we want to finish going through this place, head upstairs and try to finish it out, or let's just get right back out the back door and disappear. Because Calreth could still be here.
16.
I'm gonna go ahead and dump wholeness of body if you guys hadn't done that for me last week.
Have not.
Okay.
He didn't
So
even
that
know
gives
it
me-
existed.
He texted me asking, and I guess it was too late. I gain another 18.
Cool.
Yeah, we were on that last turn, I think, when I texted you.
You're fine.
Sorry, how do I add the 1d4 to the thing?
What do you mean the 1d4?
1d4 martial damage to melee.
I did
When I
not.
add it to the-
I told you I'd do it, and I didn't do it. Hold on a second. Let me do
Did it to the warrior hammer, but I'm adding the maul to my inventory.
So you would want to, in the word where it says damage, yeah, that's fine.
The
I
box.
can't- Yeah, just change the type to bludgeoning. But that should be fine.
Okay. Sorry.
No worries. So you I guess definitely see the maul. It definitely looks like it's crafted out of some finer materials. The head looks like a red dragon's head, but tilted downwards so that the hammerhead is the horns of the red dragon's head. and it does look like it is made out of kind of bluish metal that is looks like it's veined or pattern welded with a reddish metal. And if you'd like to make a history check, Dwarf, because you know stuff about metal, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that. All right. So you would you can spend your inspiration if you'd like, but your proficiency bonus would add to this, and you'd add it twice. So it would technically be 6 higher. So 11 is what you would roll, or 26 is what you'd get on the crit. If someone
No inspiration.
Okay.
It's cool, but not a big deal.
Yeah.
Rather save someone's life with.
I'd say since you did just toss some items in, you would recognize the bluish steel is cold iron. The red metal and it being pattern welded, you're not sure of the technique. It's beyond your ken, and it definitely gives it a very fiery look.
Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see.
So, would you guys prefer a quick escape out the back, or do you want to finish this place out? We know there's at least one guy left upstairs.
Let's finish this place out, right? While we're here, we did all this effort.
Do you think you can survive this, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm like right at bloodied. I'm banged up, but I can
Beldra,
I
could
can
you
take
heal?
a hit or two.
You're a paladin. Do you heal?
Yes. I touch Raya and heal 20 hit points back to you.
Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm at full. Yeah, let's do this.
As you're all playing Doctor, you do hear a loud metal sound on stone, kind of like a slamming shut door. It seems to
which
come
direction?
from across the main hall, so this way.
Let's go.
I'll head that direction.
Well, you're going the wrong way. If we're gonna, well,
You said across the hall.
yeah.
Okay,
Well, there's an
there.
up north of where we currently are. There's an upstairs we haven't been to, but there are also these double doors down here. I guess we haven't been through either.
The double doors are wide open.
And we presume there was a teleportation circle of some type behind one of these, based on the type of the door it was.
There was a suspicion that it might be the case.
Yeah. So do you guys want to finish this floor, or do you want to move upstairs?
Why don't we finish this, especially since we heard somebody moving on this floor.
Okay.
You said it was to the south the person went, or to the east?
To the east.
Okay.
Is this door still open?
Yep.
I'm gonna hop up and start climbing on the walls.
Okay. The ceiling in this room is, as we discussed, about 40 feet up.
Because we heard the metal bang out here.
Yeah, somewhere around here, but you're not sure if it was beyond where you're looking, to the north or to the south.
Or down one of these partially worked tunnels.
Yeah. There's a lot of echo in this place, as you've noted, so.
So it looks like this floor is it rubble on the floor?
Yeah, so it looks like the wall on the right side, the eastern side of the map, has been worked. It doesn't look like it's been worked recently, but it looks like someone just kind of gave up in the process of continuing to further the building of the redoubt.
This is where we originally entered. Just north of here is the
Just
door
north.
where we came in.
Yeah, the hall, the little.
Somebody slammed a door behind us.
Mhm.
Well, we heard metal bang somewhere on stone. Is this door on the south wall, is it locked?
You go to check it. The door handle doesn't appear to be locked. Do you open it?
I'll inspect it first.
Doesn't seem to be trapped.
Then I'll cautiously open it.
You're unable to. As you try to push the door inwards, it seems to be barred on the opposite side. As you kind of do move it, you hear kind of a "ugh" sound from behind, and then you kind of stop for a second to listen in, and you can hear low chanting on the opposite side. Sounds like draconic being chanted.
Uh-oh.
I bail.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it sounds like they're about to teleport. This is the door where we suspected teleportation circle was. If they're speaking draconic, they're casting magic.
I thought this was
If
the
it's in
door
a
we
low
came in
voice.
from.
No, we came in at the north.
Okay.
Up in the hallway. This door we hadn't surveyed yet. We suspected it had a magic circle behind it.
Either way, they're chanting, probably doing magic. I don't want to be near the door.
Odds are good it's teleportation circle. They're activating it till we get out.
All right. Well,
Okay,
odds
so
are also good that they're gonna blow it up.
as the elk kind of moves into the room, you hear kind of a
approve.
loud thud, and then you hear Leon say, "What the? Hey, help!" And you hear him fire an arrow, and then you hear footfall rush away from him north of where he's going. you see that the net on the back of the elk is empty.
Damn it.
Which way was that? North?
He's going this way.
Back down the hallway where we were before. Roll initiative, it looks like.
No need. If he's chasing him, he's chasing him. Are you doing so, Belgrade?
What the heck?
If you're chasing him, you see that he kind of falls to the ground off of the back of the elk as it moves into the room, and he's slowly moving. He's not on the board, but you're able to very quickly dash and catch up with him and tackle him. Just assume you have him.
What was happening? Was it being
It would
dragged
be.
away?
It would be right about. I would say I'm gonna go ahead and ping where it'd be where you tackle him. Probably right about there. Is where you'd catch up to him and get a hold of him.
Intercept.
Yep. He again had to get up from prone and then had to hoof it, and he wasn't able to get too far before you came in and just big old steel meat just slamming into him down to the ground. But yeah, he's like, oh, okay, all right, I won't try again. Please don't kill me. And he says this as he's looking over to the side, and one of his dead captains is laying there, eyes just kind of staring up at the ceiling, with a big old hammer blown in his chest.
Just lock eyes with the dead guy.
Bring him back.
Raya, as you kind of turn and head over in that direction to see what's going on, and after having spent some time healing and also traversing, you hear a loud boom sound come from the door that you suspected. The sound sounds identical to the sound that was made on the second floor of the tower of Fort Phalanx when you were standing on the first floor and were wondering if there was anyone still up there. And then that sound happened that you didn't know. It's the same sound.
I don't know if I remember that.
I know that Zach does.
Because they left via White Dragon,
No,
I think.
They teleported.
Calorith was out of character.
No, they teleported out like 100 or so feet, and the Drake went and dropped one. That's what it was.
Yeah, but
I
there
guess
was,
you really put me on the spot. I don't remember things well.
there was one person who teleported. There was a group of people who snuck out because they were trying to flank him.
I kind of recall it now, yeah. The dragon met them far off in the distance, not...
Yeah. But those weren't the teleporters.
I suspect. Teleportation circle had it activated, and they're gone.
Who's your friend
you
in the
guys wanna-
ropes?
He's just a generic captain for interrogation purposes if you need him.
I don't think you got a captain. You got a lesser guy.
No, he was a captain.
No, you butchered the captain.
No, it was the first one, the disappearing guy that disappeared on us the first time we
Oh,
knocked
that's
him
right. That's right. Okay.
I don't think he's useful.
We'll see. Do you guys want to check the southern hallway, or do you want to just go upstairs?
Ask ropes.
Hey, ropes, what's in this place?
Am I ropes?
Obviously, you're the one in ropes.
Oh, that's a cool nickname.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're about to be toilet here in a second.
Slaps him around a little.
I don't want to be toilet. There were a couple of people upstairs. They were simply guarding the portcullis mechanisms in the resting chambers. And there's also a passageway up there that leads to an old back tunnel. That's all I know.
Do you know how to activate the teleportation circle?
No.
How many entrances are there to the teleportation chamber?
One?
Is he lying? Do we think he's lying?
He's telling the truth. He's just wondering why you're concerned.
What's in the southern hallway?
The southern passageway leads to the throne room.
Who sits on the throne?
Calorith sits on the throne. As he says that, you see him kind of like look down to the stone like... Honestly, I just want to get out of this situation here. The Crimson Scarfs didn't want to be a part of this. We were forced into it.
By who?
By Calorith. He needed muscle, and he hired us at first, and our leaders were... Well, they were very
So
frivolous.
you haven't pledged allegiance to Ashmedea?
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Where did Calorith come from, and where did the Crimson Scarves come from?
Calorith came down from Iron Fang. From the Ice Fang. We had this place before him. We had taken it from conglomerates about 2 decades ago. At least that's what my mentor told me. And Me and mine held it, and when Calorth and his people came, they took control of us through means of magic, and, well, the money's been pretty good, and so we didn't really raise a fuss, but then shit started getting weird, with the dwarves getting locked up, and the cold iron weapons, and
How long have you been here?
the Fae that were screaming. I've been here for almost my whole life. We make raids out. We make raids out on the other side of the the ice fangs through the iron door. We sometimes get caravans that are trying to make their way out of Moodis. Sometimes we don't. Up until this whole situation, we didn't kill anybody. We would.
Why were you making weapons to hurt Fae?
I wasn't making weapons to hurt Fae, and
I mean,
wasn't.
here in this place, we saw who was doing it. He's no longer doing it.
Yeah. So, he kind of looks down at the stone, like, So yeah, there's this ritual he's planning, but he requires a dragon heart to finish the ritual. And the only dragon in the area that has not sworn its allegiance to Ashvadia in its life is the dragon Oru. And so to kill the ones who would defend it, they were brandishing these weapons, but they were also testing the blades on them and making sure that they worked. We've had to deal with the screams of these creatures in this hall for the past 3 months. And I'm going to be honest. There's a part of me that would be okay with you killing me right now, just to get that out of my head. And then he kind of looks up at Raya, who's probably reaching for his dagger. But I didn't. No, I mean, I'm okay living too.
No, I cut him loose. I reached for the dagger. I cut him loose.
Oh, he goes, oh.
You know what, Ropes? I like you. You got information.
Ropes,
you're coming with us.
Ropes is a good name.
Yeah, that's why you're Ropes now.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Nobody ever gave me a nickname.
You're welcome.
One more piece of information that's important. So, like I was saying, we hit the other side of the ice phase because there's a secret passageway through here. I've committed some crimes, okay? But murder is not something I've done unless it was in defense of myself, okay? So I don't know if you're... He kind of keeps looking over to the dwarf. I don't know if you're a part of, like, the law enforcement for Moodis or anything, but I didn't do anything that bad. But I know I did some crimes. I know I'm guilty, okay? I get that. But... And I was thinking... still looking at the dwarf. If I tell you how to work the door to the underside, maybe... we could look the other way on some of those crimes, and I could maybe start from scratch or something.
Ropes, you've totally been here the whole time. You're my liaison. I put you here.
Oh. I like you too. What's your name?
You know you work for me.
So,
I do now.
Grok would interrupt and say, "Is there currently a plan to attack Oru?"
No. No. So what I understand is there was some kind of debacle up in the Ice Fang Mountain that caused the dragon to have to relocate. Somebody was looking in on the dragon and became very paranoid. Then there are 3 other dragons whose all 4 of their emissaries are currently causing turmoil in the region. And the goal is to, once the potential opposition that's not Fae is bound up otherwise, they're going to move on the forest. But yeah, that's just what I was able to gather from what I was...
You're saying there's some cool tough guy that scared a dragon off and totally didn't get its ass kicked.
Yeah, no, from what I heard, there was...
Probably real good looking.
There was some kind of magical doll, and he kind of looks at you. Huh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well...
It is I.
Who are the emissaries?
Knights.
Color coded.
Yeah. I had never met any of them. I just saw them. I just saw them enter in to speak to Calareth.
It's good enough. We're familiar with a couple of them. Who's the third? I know of a red and a green.
There's 4. There's a red, a green, a white, and a black. And I believe there was talk that there is also a blue one, but they're supposedly in the Southron Plains. So I don't know if that's going to matter. I'm going to go ahead and move us back to the map so you can kind of...
So they're emissaries of Calareth?
No.
Emissaries
Or
of dragon.
of dragons?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Was there anything else
Or
of note?
potentially 5 dragons.
So there are a total of 4 dragons that are in on this conspiracy, and Calareth is their agent in the world, is what I've gathered. And the dragons, you haven't heard of the dragons?
Only the knights. Each dragon matches the color of the knight, I suspect.
Yeah, except for the green one. There is no
Right.
dragon for him.
There's no emissary, no knight for him?
There's no dragon
No
for
dragon.
The green
for the
knight
green.
has no
Oh.
green dragon.
What color is Oru now?
him. Or is
Didn't he
green.
change?
No.
Or is green?
Before he was green, wasn't he something else?
Yes.
He was always green.
Oh.
Really?
But he had changed though, right? There
Green-
was some sort of transformation.
Green is a chromatic dragon. Oru is a good dragon, who is also green. Yeah, he's a deemed chromatic dragon. His
Okay, I could
death,
have sworn there was some
his death and
transformation for Oru.
his death and redemption made him, her rather, a fae creature. So she is a dragon, and she is also an archfey.
Okay.
Yeah. Hence the weapons.
So, question for Ropes.
Yeah.
Where would Calareth flee to?
Got a couple places he could go. Scarves are kind of all about. There was a shrine near Mantle Forest. There's a tower near Mudis. I think it got taken though. And so did Bulwark too. Yeah.
We know.
Was that
Bulwark, Shrine, Phalanx have fallen. What's the tower near Mudis?
Phalanx is its name.
Okay.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you. That was you again?
It's always us.
Calareth must really hate you guys. I mean, that's cool.
So it seems like Venero is the only thing he has left. Is that correct?
No. On the other side of the Ice Fang and the Howling Hills, there's a place not too far from the city of Marin.
Oh, can you ping that one on the map? Is it is it the one here or no,
Marin.
that one? Okay.
He says, I think he has an established base of operations in Bellarm. Yeah, because he said that he was trying to... Okay, so let me tell you everything I know about the ritual first, before we get moving on to other things.
I sit down and cross my legs.
He kind of like leans against the wall and just kind of crosses his arms as he's talking. He looks like he's reaching for something, and he kind of like puts his hand up. He says, "It's not. Yeah, hold on." He reaches into his pocket and pulls out what appears to be a piece of paper wrapped around some kind of leaf. Sets it to his mouth, pulls out a flint and tinder, and lights it, and then kind of. All right, so this is how the ritual goes from what I was able to pick up. There's some boy with noble blood who needs to be killed after eating parts of a dragon's heart, a real dragon's heart. And then once he has done so, this boy will become the gate for Ashmedea to re-enter the material plane and become mortal as a dragon here. Apparently this boy is related somehow. His name... I'm trying to think. Give me a second here. Because they sent out some of the best of their cult to go and deal with that. maybe a month or so ago. For the life of me, I can't remember his name. If it comes to me, I'll tell you.
Yeah, sleep on it.
Oh,
So the other,
Shambles was his name?
oh, yeah. How many survivors of your troop are still here in this redoubt?
oh, I don't know. I don't know what you guys have done. He looks to the ground near him.
And we never made it upstairs.
You said there's 2 guarding a room upstairs.
Yeah, if you didn't deal with them upstairs, then they probably retreated out the back gate by now. So
I think one of them exploded.
Do you hold any rank over those who may still be here?
I mean, I've got seniority. Sure, I've been doing this for a while. I'm not the leader of this place. He points to the ground near one of the captains. That was the invisible ones near the elk. That's Mark, and he was the representative for the guild captain.
Looks like he got promoted.
Did we ask him?
Are there any like badges or anything I could just give him?
Yeah, no. He kind of goes. I'm pretty sure my days at the guild are done.
Just give him an extra scarf.
He's got like 5 scarves. He says, so yeah, they probably escaped out the secret passageway out the back anyways, to be honest.
How'd you turn invisible?
It's the scarves. We trained to do it. It's part of a magic in the scarf and a part of the training we have, but you have to be designated by the guild captain for that to work.
Where's he?
There on the ground.
He kind of thinks for a second, and they were, if I remember correctly, they were moving towards the Gelida woods, but that might have changed too, because I remember there being something said about a green knight heading that way.
Is he wearing one of those scarves now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off of him. He can have it back when he's earned it.
Yeah, sure. I can't do it more than once per day.
Oh, well, even still.
I already did it.
I can't guarantee your safety through tomorrow, but
Yeah.
you're not turning invisible.
No, you were out of character. As you're doing it, you have flashbacks to when you were fighting with him, and you remember him disappearing, going into a room, turning an arbalist on you, and shooting you with it, and you trying to deflect arrows and basically bashing your arm out of socket for a second. So
It almost worked.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
You did deflect a little bit of it, but it mostly
You
got
did get shot
through.
by an arbalist, so
It's your
MG
first
wants the
day at
one.
the helm. I can't blame you.
It's on Team Ryan now. It's fine.
One more time. One more thing. You had a little escape plan there. Where were you gonna go?
Me? No,
Yeah.
I was just trying to get away. He points to the ground. I didn't want to end up like them, so I really didn't. I thought I might try to get out the front door. He gestures towards the portcullis.
What do you know of the white smoke in the north?
That's a new development for us too. We've been able to see it from the plateau on top of the redoubt. We don't know either. And Calorth was discussing through some means to have us go and talk to the Dark Flame orcs to try and recruit them and or hire them to serve and help. It seems like the next move that Calorth was planning on doing was retaking Bulwark and holding it, and then using it as a jumping off point to Mortis, which has already been kind of destroyed. From what I understand, the Green Knight has very similar powers to the Green Dragon. Plague, kind of poisonous pestilence. Sounds like pretty nasty stuff.
When was he planning to retake the bulwark? Is it before or after we took it?
They were gonna have us move out within the 6th day, so
You'd have to retake it from us taking it. He had it before us.
The bulwarks to the east, the redoubts, but we just retook.
yeah. Mark was gonna be the one that led that deal because we
Mark.
he points
Dead body.
to the dead body. The captain, the representative of the captain here. He says, but yeah, we didn't do it because, this happened. But if Calorth is retreating, in my opinion, I don't know. He's probably headed to Bellum. If he's set on the ritual, it's probably his idea that he's going to secure half of it, in hopes, and then do what he can.
What was the name of the place again? I'm sorry.
The city of Bellum. It's on the very far
Bellum.
south.
Thank you.
That one there.
Beldrick, what do you think? We headed to Bellum?
Yes.
Grok would say that he's worried about Oru in the Anguis Woods. It seems like it could be a target, especially if the Green Knight was seen in
Leon kind of goes, I'm
Lida.
going to try and channel my best Kevin here. He says, hey guys, I stopped off at Mudis with Benson and Gondar, and the town seemed fine, so the dragon didn't kill it like you thought they would, Raya.
That's good news.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I didn't really have much time to tell you because we were whispering and stuff.
Grok,
If his next move is to take back Bulwark, then Oru's in no danger currently.
Well,
If
he
we
was
can
planning
stop-
to retake Bulwark.
if we can stop them, we would save Uru anyway, right?
Do you have a means to send word towards Mudis
I don't
to
think I
inform
do.
the other sentinels?
Hey, my player's currently just sleeping. I can go and do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we can
thanks,
send
Leon.
Leon. Leon can go super fast.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll try and track you down. You said you're heading to Bellum?
Hold up. Because what does Ropes know about the black smoke from the Gullet of Wood?
Yeah, he's
And,
already the
well-being.
blacksmith and Gullet of Wood. He would say that he knows that the Green Knight headed that way to deal with Mortis. So that's all he knows about that region.
What do you know about the hobgoblins up there? Or goblins?
Calorth didn't really like the goblins. Thought of them as unclean and vile creatures. He's a little bit. He definitely has a very conglomerate mindset, if you get my meaning. So if worst case scenario, if that Green Knight is as strong as I was led to believe, and is really a servant of a dragon god, my guess is that he. If you're saying you're seeing smoke from there, I didn't see any smoke from there, but. Yeah, if that's what you're saying, you're seeing, then it might be the case he burnt that village to the ground.
God damn it.
Yeah, it sucks because they had some really great cheese.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
I didn't really frequent Mortis much in the last couple of years, but truth be told, that's where I was born.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Local
not doing
boy.
great.
Not too, there's some strange stuff in the sewers underneath the city, right?
Oh yeah, no, we heard about it. There was the mayor was growing up a really old kind of wormy creature and using it to keep the old sewerways clean, and we used them quite a bit. There was flowing water and sewage, plumbing. So I mean, Mortis is a pretty cool town. I just it's a really small. Yeah, well, yeah. If the Green Knight. So wait, you were there too?
Oh yeah, it's empty.
Oh yeah,
Where haven't you been?
we've been busy.
The capital, Bellum,
Dark Flame?
Dark.
the Galladawood,
Well,
most of it.
I guess I got you there. I've been to Dark Flame. Yeah, but it sounds like you've been everywhere that's mattered in the last couple of weeks or 6 days. So it's pretty strange. Anyway, if you're heading to Bellum, if that's your goal, I would suggest taking the shortcut through the Ice Vein. You may have to deal with the city of Radacorda. It sounds like they are moving on the Old Dwarf Road therein. But Dwargar are pretty nice folk, especially if you got something worth trading. And then when you make your way through there, you should exit around the town of Purple Light.
You're coming with us, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, that's fine, I guess, if that's what you want.
Oh yeah, man, you're my new sidekick.
You're here to show us the ropes.
Fair enough.
Heyo.
He will not act as a sidekick. He will act as a cohort.
Oh, whichever.
But he will serve as that. That's fine.
I mean, even if he just gives information like this, that's good enough.
All right. Ryan, go ahead and do me
So
a
we're
favor.
going to Bellum instead of Darkflame? Everybody's good with that?
Yeah, it seems
Where
so.
was Bellum? I never saw it.
On the other
Very
side of the mountain.
toward
back
Osiria.
Bottom left of the map. All the way down here.
Damn.
Oh wow, really?
That's
Yeah,
far.
it's very far.
Yep. So what he's saying, and I'll just go ahead and draw a quick doodle.
When Leon leaves, he's going to make his pass through Bulwark to let Red Bull know that they may be coming back before heading to Mudis. Or Oru.
That's assuming they're still there.
Yeah.
Didn't we send them off to deal with something?
So that's one suggested path. He also suggests taking from Sea Dock to here,
Go down the river.
and then taking a shortcut through another dwarvish road to Bellum. So 2 options.
Is it an option to just go down the river there, following the
Yeah,
mountain?
so
So yeah, you could do, but he will tell you that in the Lillian Marsh, which is kind of in between you and there, it is literally the worst haven for undead in all of the Modus region. And
Right
so,
there?
yeah, if you're really keen on toughing out your survival efforts, he'd say that's fine. But he's never gone in. He'd also tell you that the Black Dragon and his knight, or her knight rather, reside within.
I really don't feel like fighting a dragon. right
yeah,
now.
I think that's not a good idea.
I was on board for most of the rest of that.
I'm due for a second round. Yeah, I guess I vote Under Mountain.
Yeah. The thing is he says at Sea Dock it's going to be, and that's the name of this little port anchor there. He says that if you're going to make your way that way, you either got to know some people or you're going to have to talk your way into it. And out of character note, this is where your background, if you were a sailor, would be important. But yeah, is that the plan?
Is there anything else of note inside the Redoubt?
He thinks to himself, no.
Do you know anything about
Treasure,
that hammer?
riches, weapons.
Pointing at Beldrug?
Yeah,
The smithing hammer, yeah, sure.
the smithing hammer?
Okay.
Or the mall. I have both.
The smithing hammer is really old. The dwarf that had it, man, he was a real bummer. I was actually responsible for bringing him in, but Kalos was responsible for breaking him. And after
Well,
that,
I was responsible for taking him out.
yeah, it sounded like that's what he wanted anyway. Yeah, real bummer that guy. After Kalos got through with him, I don't know what he did, but yeah, real bad stuff. The hammer's really old. I guess it's really good for dwarven smithing. He looks at Beldrig again, if you're into that thing. And then Kalareth's hammer, I don't know, man, but that's got some crazy enchantments. I don't know if it was his power that was doing it, but I've seen it break through walls. I've seen it sunder out steel doors. I've seen it crush a man's skull. And I've also seen it kill a fae. So, yeah, pretty powerful stuff, I guess.
Alright. I guess we're going under the mountain. West. And then
See it.
south.
And there was nothing else upstairs that he could recall. Anything
Uh,
worth looking at?
just the beds, man. And then there's like a secret passageway that leads out of the place.
Is that the way we're going?
No. There's the secret door upstairs as well that leads out. That leads to the that leads
Oh,
out.
just the surface?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me get you right. There's a passageway that leads up to the plateau up above, which is usually where Calorith goes to meet the dragons. I've only ever been up there once when that happened, and yeah, I'm glad you chose not to go to the marsh because it was that dragon Orbix or something that did come down to meet us there. So yeah. Then there was the passageway that leads into like an old tunnelway, and that leads there's like this old kind of place that it leads out to south of here. Comes out like an old tomb or something.
That's where we came in.
Makes a lot of sense. That's why you got the jump on us. We don't even. It's like an hour and a half's walk. Nobody's stupid enough to do that, but I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't stupid. Kind of looks at the dwarf. Makes sense too. I mean, that's yeah. Shakes his head. And then there's the dwarf road, which again it's upstairs in a very particular position for us to enter and exit out of. But you need to know the secret to do it, which I'm going to show you. Yeah, if you're ready to go, we can. If you want to just look around.
Do we want to try to rest before we move?
He says, I'm beat. But I could use a rest.
Yeah, I think at least a short rest would be good.
Will the
It's not
goggles of
long.
night fit on the moose?
Huh?
Goggles of night, can the moose wear them?
The elk? Well, the elk just went
Elk,
with
yeah.
Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
know, but
gone.
we had 8 pairs.
Yeah, the elk would be wearing one, that's fine.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Level up for Stampy.
This thing's gonna be super.
I mean, you are sending Stampy along?
With
I
Leon,
imagine
with Leon,
he goes
right?
with Leon to send messages, yeah. That's how Leon moves quickly.
I meant to say you are sending Leon with Stampy to. You can't keep Stampy. If Leon goes
Stampy's
there.
Right,
better
right.
planner.
Okay, so they're gonna go and deliver the message to Benson and the town,
Benson and whoever can reach out to Uru.
and probably Gondar to see
If they can hit Bulwark to let Red Ball know that they re-want the Bulwark.
So go to Bulwark, tell Red Ball and the champions, then move to Mudis and tell the
Yeah.
town / Benson / Gondar. Got it. Okay, and then you all go upstairs and just visual. When you get up there, there's a very large kind of like artifice, basically a very big mechanism, which kind of looks like, for your imaging in your head, it looks like a massive like car engine with a bunch of like, instead of gear shifts and such, it looks like it's connected to wheels that kind of spiral up chains. And the crankshafts below, thinking about it, wouldn't be able to lift up a 40 by 40 steel portcullis up into the air. It looks like they just start the machinery above, and that's this machinery here. And it seems that there's kind of a couple of battlements that look out into the fray. And looking out from the redoubt, it is literally just a vast killing zone. You can see pretty much everything from here. And there are a couple of arbalists upstairs as well that are kind of pointed out at that battle range. At a very far distance, it's dark. It's kind of closer to evening at this point. You would see that there are a couple of shadows way off in the distance with a torch kind of running. And he goes, oh, that's probably them.
Think you can hit him with an arbalist?
Yeah, no, probably not at this distance. They're pretty far out. Kind of looks to you with like a, come on, man.
Take the shot.
I'll give it a go. All right, Dan Wilbur, go ahead. He is trying, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and roll the dice for me. Just go ahead and roll me just so you don't think I'm trying to cheat you. Go ahead and roll d20. It's gonna miss. And you see them kind of snuff out the torchlight and disappear into the darkness after the arbalist goes firing in their direction. And he says,
Good try.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're not stupid and they aren't going to go and try and tell anybody. I hope they just, do better.
That's good of you.
He shrugs. Yeah. Never really wanted to kill anybody. just take their money. Kind of gets up from the arbalist. This arbalist is a lot bigger than the ones downstairs and actually has a chair. It's more of a ballista than an arbalist. But yeah, he gets up out of it and kind of heads over to the back wall of this main area. What you find is that there appears to be a massive stone structure above the hall below. And this stone structure is surrounded by 4 massive metal pylons. And looking at it, Beldra, you recognize that the pylons are actually pistons that push the platform down to the first floor, allowing for things to load up onto that and then be brought up to the second floor. Literally the entire ground of that main hall with the 4 doors in it, that's the size of this platform. It descends down from the second floor to the first floor and could basically recover everything in that room up into it. And as you're thinking about it, people would probably enter through the front door, enter into that platform and lift up, and then move into the Dwarf Road. And then the whole redoubt seems to be a defense of this road. That is the point. He goes to the back wall, and you can
Explain that to everyone.
Okay. He goes to the back wall, and you see that there's a weird series of levers and mechanisms attached to another pretty massive engine on the right side of what appears to be a completely flat surface, but outlined like it's a door. And he throws the mechanisms in a specific order, explaining it to Raya as he does it. And then once it's done, you see the wall kind of lift up into the frame, just disappearing behind the wall, and it opens up into a massive underground tunnel, or Dwarf Road. And he kind of, alright. Can I, if one of you want to come with me, I just, or if all of you want to come with me, I guess. My room's just this way. I'm just going to grab my pack and stuff. Is that cool?
Oh yeah, man.
Alright. You take him. He doesn't try any funny business. He grabs his traveling gear. He loads up. He gets ready to roll.
Maybe ditch. Oh no, he doesn't have a scarf on anymore.
Yeah, someone took
I
it.
took it.
Shambles took it.
Yeah.
Are there any supplies that you guys that eat and drink might want to take? I'm assuming there's more than one travel pack here.
Yeah, there's a couple of people's stuff here.
Yeah, I can go up on some rations.
I'd say there's the equivalent of 5 remaining explorers packs and 1 burglar's kit.
I'll grab that. Burglar.
Okay. Alright.
I'll grab some of the Explorer.
You travel into the Dwarven Road, and it's a pretty boring travel. Several hours pass, and you all start to get pretty tired.
Do we want to rest before we did this?
Right, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Peas.
Long or short?
Long would be great.
Spell
Long's
slots
good.
would be good.
What's the safest place around here to rest?
Anywhere in the second floor will be counted as a safe rest.
Second floor it is.
Reach.
Alright.
Do we need to
You see him shut the
tie
door.
him up or?
You see him shut the Dwarven door and lock it up. And then he says, whatever you guys need to do to feel safe, that's fine.
Are there
Not-
actual like beds here, mattresses, whatever?
Yeah. He says, I'm going to go to sleep on my bed if you're not going to, do anything weird. Like, if you don't want to, because he said,
I'll watch him.
that's fine.
We both sleep with our eyes open.
Yeah, I can just
stare at
sentry.
him while
I'll
we
just
sleep.
sentries rest and just stand over him.
Creep him out.
Yeah, he's creeped out for about a half an hour or so, but after a fashion, his tiredness having
Good
been-
luck sleeping under that.
I'll hum some lullabies for him.
Makes them feel
Just
safe.
completely still.
After a fashion, he kind of like, I need to get some shut eye. If they're gonna kill me,
He
they're
just starts crying.
if they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me. I just, it's not like I can stop them. But yeah, go ahead and
Looks to bed.
get a long rest. Nothing happens during the time they're in.
You said it was late already, right?
Yeah.
So are we starting out in the morning?
You'd be starting out in the morning light, yeah.
Okay.
In the kind of brighter circumstances of the sun kind of coming in through the obelisk holes and him kind of moving around, just double checking, looking out the Dwarven Road, or out the Dwarven Redoubt, checking some stuff. He kind of does move around, but every time he does, before he does something, he kind of tells you what he's doing. He's like, I just want to make sure that there's nobody coming up on us now that we can see a bit, just so we don't have anybody coming up behind us. We can't close the dwarven road behind us. Unless you're leaving someone behind.
Yep.
Okay.
What are the mechanisms to control it? I mean, I know the controls are outside, but what actually lifts the door?
It's that big engine.
This interchain.
It's a big engine on that side, yeah. There's
It's
two.
outside?
Yeah, it's right outside. You can try and see if you can jury rig it so that it will drop after a fashion, but it's going to be a high DC for you, and no one can help you. It'll be a Thieves' Tools intelligence check to try.
And then we wouldn't be able to open it from the inside, right?
You would literally be forced to go this way.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I'll follow.
Do you want to be locked in a one-way road?
Sounds
Or do you want to leave this door open?
Oh, I wanted to point out one other thing. Sorry about this guy. As he's moving in the light and kind of moving about, you see that around his neck, not something you noticed before in all the heat of it, and also with a scarf on his neck for most of it, there appears to be kind of like a rope burn in the patterning of a rope around his neck.
Whatever you think, right?
I'm going to start investigating the motor while everybody gets ready then. I'll ask him about the rope burn since he's probably with me.
Huh? Oh, and he kind of goes, yeah, I kind of forgot about it with the scarf and everything. Yeah, in my younger days, I got caught by the Kyrios of Mudus, and was sentenced to death for murder. And they were hanging me. And just after the plankman kind of kicked the chair out from underneath my feet, the Kyrios ordered me to be cut down. Because new evidence had just been brought forward that proved I wasn't the murderer. So, pretty lucky. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Dying sucks.
But have you done that too?
Oh, yeah.
Several of us have done that.
He kind of looks at
Two
you.
of us have done that several times.
This isn't even my body.
He kind of. Yeah, you guys are.
Hey, same actually.
Yeah, dude, shit gets weird around here. That robot, that was a scarecrow like 3 days ago.
What?
Yeah, man.
I've heard about that. You're the one that. You're the animate. You hang around with the wizard from the town, right?
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Miss him.
This is fireballs.
Yeah, man, this group is fucking nuts.
Well, I guess I'm pretty lucky in this regard.
Yeah, you should be dead.
I should be dead.
I just stare at him with a blank stare.
He looks at you and just kind of.
Anyway, back to the.
So then he unlocks
Well,
the.
I gave him one of the sets of goggles back.
Okay.
I imagine it's going to be dark underground.
Yeah. He. Even with it again, and the reason why they probably had the torch out there, it only gives you a certain amount of dim vision. So, dim
60
vision.
feet of dark vision, right?
Dark vision gives you basically as if everything around you is in dim light. It's not perfect sight. So yeah, perception checks are at disadvantage in that range, and so on and so forth. But the main thing is like that's why the guys who are running away had torches. Just a note. This guy's name is Ropes. That's canon, right?
Hell yeah. This dude is ropes.
All right.
My cohort.
And
Yeah, if he told us his name, we forgot it.
See if this cohort can survive more than a day.
Yeah. We just happened to find a burning building to get rid of him in.
I wasn't going to bury him.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know that time. That kind of time.
So you should have him in your cohort section, Raya. And just like I did with, hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta change his name. Ropes.
What? Also, magic traits on the.
Huh?
It's been a long rest
Oh,
with
right,
the
right.
mall. I'm wondering what.
Sorry. Hold on a second here. I don't have a magic item card for it because I am a bad dungeon master. But it is a +2 maul. That when damaging Fae deals an additional 4 damage, so plus 6 damage total against Faye. And it can, once per. Hold on, where is it? It's basically flaming.
Plus 2 though, still pretty nuts.
Flame. Flame time. So plus 2. And then as a bonus action, you can speak a command word, causing the hammer's head to erupt in flame. This emanates light 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. It lasts for until you stop it. If you do activate it, its plus 2 bonus goes away, as does its plus 2 damage bonus. And instead it just deals 2d6 extra fire damage.
Okay.
I'll get
So,
it. Yeah, go
Plus
ahead.
2 maul, 2d6 damage, plus 1d4 for Marshall, plus 4 if it's.
Plus 4 more on top of the plus 2 for Faye, so it should be a plus 6 against Faye. Plus 2 against everything.
Sweet.
What the hell were these captains?
They're the same types of captains you've been messing with.
Wait, so it's a plus 6 maul versus Faye, is that.
Mm-hmm. No. So it deals plus 6 damage against Faye.
Okay.
Not plus 6
Okay.
to attack. That'd be too good.
What the fuck?
Raya is Faye.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's a pretty. That's close. I'm pretty sure the hammer you're holding right now is very rare, if not legendary.
Seems pretty strong.
It's not bad.
You're not bad.
Walking down the dwarf road, it's boring as hell.
Oh yeah, trying to smash the motor. Thieves' tools, intelligence.
Yeah, give me that roll. Sorry, I forgot.
18.
You're pretty sure it's beyond your ability.
I'll just shoot it on the way out.
Fair. That makes sense.
So I have a question. How many creatures can if I conjure a griffin, could it carry?
Not many.
You wouldn't fly very well underground anyway.
You and one other person.
Oh,
but-
we're underground.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
road.
we're in a tunnel.
This road is 40 by 40. It's not bad, width-wise.
Right.
So I mean, it would be able to have a griffin flying through it. That's to knock that out.
Alright,
But
that's alright.
you might be able to get 2 people on it.
That's not gonna help. Alright.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking for.
So we're moving through this tunnel towards a Dwergar, or what's the other one? The Underdwarf?
Here, hold on a second. I'm going to draw you a line, and I've put a token down, but I haven't given you control of it yet. Hold on.
Dwargar are the Underdwarves.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's Joe's icon. Okay.
Nice.
I thought you gave us ropes as our mascot. I was like, that's not gonna fly.
That's the way the dwarf road goes. So, I'm going to give you control of your...
And do we know the name of the town that it opens near?
Purple light.
Purple light.
Purple Light.
That's where we saw the
Oh,
purple light.
that's what we saw. Okay, okay. It's actually called Purple Light, or we
Mhm.
just know it as that.
Well, that's what he called it.
Are we gonna be in danger of the worms and stuff down here?
He
We're
says,
underground.
the only thing I know is at the second bend, there have been times where we've had to deal with the Dwergar from Ratacorda. They're in a city kind of further north of there, but
Yeah, don't worry about them. I know those guys.
oh,
I point to the pin on my shell or on my shawl or whatever I'm wearing.
he kind of grins and he says, I should have figured.
Is Ropes is a human? I'm sorry?
Ropes is an Osirian, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, regular human boy.
I didn't catch the introduction.
Yep, he said he's from Mortis, rather.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yep. So on the road, you can move a total of 5 squares per day. So whoever wants to, anybody can touch it. Go ahead and pick up the token and move it those 5 squares. But I'm gonna need, because we are in Underdark territory, I'm gonna need 5 rolls of the 20-sided dice. And since there are 4 of you and me, I'm gonna roll 1, and you all can roll 1 as well. So everybody pick up a 20-sided dice digitally and roll it.
Wait, no, Joe. Oh, he's back. Hey, Joe.
Hi guys.
All right.
Hello.
So, fortunately, because you're kind of in a tunnelway, there isn't a very direct nature to being assaulted in this fashion, with the exception of it looks like the person who rolled last, and even with that roll, you do not breach the necessity for random encounters. So, you travel for the first day. It's a very long day. Every so often, you can feel kind of rocks kind of getting into your boots. If you have kind of lower, boots, it feels like a lot of the ground is kind of loose and kind of picked up as you're walking, and it kind of floats down into your soles. You kind of see ropes kind of pull off his boot and kind of drop out some rocks every so often when you take a break. And you guys can
What is the tunnel structure like? I mean, is it like clean work or is it pretty rough?
Perfectly clean, flat, but it seems to have kind of like a layer of dust / pebbles that kind of picks up as you move through it. The walls appear to be pretty cleanly cut, but they kind of have like a wearing to them, like they were kind of clean cut and then left to the elements. And the ceiling has a nice shiny layer of buildup, calcite buildup. It seems that there's some spots where there's like a drip here or there. Not very common, but it seems that most of the water kind of stays on the ceiling, and then the hardness of the water causes it to kind of create that kind of weird, like interior organ, kind of nasty looking slick look on the ceiling.
Is it walkable?
Yeah, it is. It's dusty, and every so often, your boots.
It's
old,
because it's well built, but it's not well used, right?
Yeah, it's very. You can actually see the footprints of some of the crimson scarves, and if you're really attentive, like Grok and Shambles probably, you would actually see boot tracks that are mirrored or matching Ropes' boot tracks as he's walking. Like you can see his boot indentation, and he's kind of walking near where his boot indentation already was. Like he's been down this road before. He says, if we press on a little bit longer, there is a spot we can kind of set up a campfire. It's an old flue that leads up to the mountaintops, if you're interested. Or we can just camp here without a fire, but it gets pretty cold in here.
Everyone has goggles or dark vision, right? So we don't have a light.
Correct. Just checking near your goggles. You can see 120 feet with yours.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you should your token should be set for that.
Hell yeah!
You and I can see twice as far as
you.
everybody else.
Awesome.
He says if we press on just a little bit farther, we should be able to get to that campsite if you're agreeable.
It's fine with me. What do you guys want to do?
Sounds good.
Campsite.
Do it.
All right. He leads the way a little bit and kind of leads you to this place where you can see that there are like 4 or 5 holes in the ceiling. There's no light coming in or anything like that, nothing crazy, but they just look like these kind of holes in the ceiling. And you can kind of see just up a little bit into them, especially at 120 feeters. You can see where they kind of hit and kind of cut and around. Like they aren't straight up flues, they just seem to be kind of natural worked holes that seem to go upwards. These are dripping with water, but you can see that there's a ring of stones kind of set near there, and it looks like the stones were just kind of broken out from the wall. You can actually see where they might have been kind of chiseled off and set up this ring for campfiring.
And what do you make a fire out of? Ropes?
We usually bring bundles, but is a different method, and he kind of points to a door not too far from where he's at. If we can get, well, if you're interested, if we can get a piece of the burning stone, we can set it in there, and it should keep us warm for the night.
The hell is that?
It's like melted stone rock, but it kind of like cools to a point where it can kind of be handled. And he kind of reaches into his pack and pulls out a set of tongs. I mean, I can go get one if you want.
Yeah, sure, I'll go with you.
Okay. He goes in, and you can see that the pathway kind of leads out into a pathway that heads north, but the right side of it kind of opens up, and you kind of are assaulted for a second by kind of this bright light and a bit of heat. And what you see is it looks like there's a flow of magma kind of moving in and around near where you're at. And it looks like it's kind of cooled near the sides and kind of bubbled into boulders. And he kind of looks around, goes, that one's good. Walks over, kind of reaches out with the tongs, grabs a hold of it, and then kind of daintily kind of runs past you and says, whoa, watch it, hot stuff, hot food coming through. And rushes around to the campfire. Everyone sees him running in there. And then he sets this block of, or this basically bubble of molten stones onto the thing, which kind of burns kind of hot red when it hits the ground. You can see a little bit of yellow kind of oozing out the sides, but it just sits there. And he says, "This should keep us warm." And it was about 20 or so minutes to walk to that magma flow, which is why it's still cold here and it's not warm because of proximity.
Neat.
Yeah, that leads to Ratacorda. Their forges are said to burn the hottest in all the lands or whatever. I don't know. I've never been. Rumor is, at least Mark used to say, they're ruled by these creatures that have tentacles on their faces. I don't. Sounds weird. Anyway, kind of sets there. Pulls out a small little pot, sets it out, starts cooking something. Anybody else?
I'll stand guard, I guess.
Okay.
Towards the front of camp, facing
If you're dropping right to
down the tunnel.
If you're dropping right to watches, go ahead and give me 3d20 rolls, and we'll just skip it into the watch cycle bit. And I remember, based on old watches, it was basically the Warforged and the Elf are up all the time. But interspersed, it goes, 2 of the watches are the Elves, and then 1 of the watches are fully the Undaunteds. Because you're down for 6, and he's up for, or he's down for 2. And basically, the 2 he's down, you're up, right?
Yeah.
And everyone else just sleeps for 8 hours.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's a good system.
Dwarf just falls on his face, passes out.
You got this?
I mean, do we need to sleep for 10? I could go an extra 2.
I believe in you.
I like to be fresh.
Oh, like it's so fresh. And when the one more, or sorry, 2 more rolls. Whoever.
Okay.
Super good.
11, 2, 4.
So you would get through the night pretty much unaffected. Nobody comes out from the fire road to mess with the Dwarf road at all. You wake up and you would see that Ropes is actually first up on the docket. And as he wakes up, he kind of reaches into his bag, kind of looking to you, just to make sure you know you're watching him and he's not trying to do anything sly. You see him pull out what appears to be like a smaller pot, and he kind of holds it out with the tongs over the remnants of the burning stone, which is cooled quite considerably, but still has a little bit of a red tinge to it. Kind of holds it out over that. After a fashion, you can see that the water inside the cup starts to boil, and then he kind of pours some strange, like mashed black beans into it. Kind of stirs it a bit, and then brings it over to him and starts taking a sip. It's gonna be a long day. I think we can make.
Sleep well.
Yeah, I've slept here before. I think we can make it to Purple Light if we hoof it, just so long nobody He looks at the dwarf as he's sleeping. It's too slow.
Fair.
Everybody wakes up.
He's got little legs. It's not his fault.
Everybody wakes up and smashes some morning food. He doesn't cook anything. He just makes himself a cup of coffee. And you start going. I'm going to go ahead and say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you would like. Please give me more rolls.
What are we rolling for?
These are
Bummer.
random encounter rolls.
Bummer.
That was the second or third roll?
Mine was second.
Okay.
So Grok shambles. Raya.
19. Okay. Hold on a second.
It looks like we're going backward on the map.
Yeah.
Only be a good thing.
So as you guys are kind of moving about,
I kill it.
the dwarf
I kill it.
needs to make a perception check.
It's already dead. What do you mean?
You got it. Good job.
I got an 18.
Everything seems to be moving. Everything around you seems to be moving. The ground you're standing on, like if you're familiar with the Avatar: The Last Airbender, you're having a Toph moment. You're literally like stone cunning moment. You feel the earth shaking, and the source of it appears to be to your right. Like the right wall seems to be moving in towards you. But you look at it physically, there's no wall movement. There's something in the wall, or the wall is moving towards the group.
There's something to the right.
Okay. With that statement of warning, there will be no surprise round, but the following happens. As he says it, you see a massive hole burst out of the wall, and stone kind of starts smashing out towards you. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw, and you see
Is it
that
hitting the ceiling also?
hitting what?
The ceiling.
Yes.
Okay.
It is basically just a massive spray, and you'll see why, or you'll understand why, once I get to that. But DC on the dexterity saving throw is 12. If you failed it, oh, he's still rolling incognito.
He's in secrets. But he nailed it.
I failed.
So if you failed it, you're taking 10 points of damage. If you succeeded, you take 5. And if you are, you're not evasion yet, are you, Raya?
No.
Okay.
I could have it. You can half any amount of damage, right? Just
no,
once per
it's
action.
only when
turn?
you are attacked. An attack roll needs to be made.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So no. Okay.
Did you do something to ropes?
I am messing with his character sheet. Hold on.
Rest in peace.
Peace beneath my work.
Shit. So he just started blinking, and then like weird stuff happened.
This whole
He's,
place is a
he's
smorgasbord.
beefier than most of us.
You should be able to roll him in the open
It's like
now.
Trevor's.
Yeah, that said, what you find to be the case, the motion that is entered out, coming out of the hole is about 30 feet high and about 30 feet wide. It's completely just massive mouth that seems to be kind of moving into the tunnel, and it seems to be backed with massive purple scales.
Now, ropes. I believe this is exactly the thing I asked you about.
I've never seen anything like this before!
Just calm as can be,
We're
though.
gonna see
Like,
these big assholes.
suck disappointed in you, ropes.
So we're gonna do, because again, I was not expecting the roll I got on the random.
Which one was it?
What?
It was me.
The 19.
Yeah.
Oh, the 19. Okay, never mind. I
Oh,
thought it was a
me.
low roll.
Low rolls are good.
No, low rolls keep us safe.
Low
from
rolls are good for
things.
random encounters.
What ones give us magic stuff?
Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
Shambles
4,
rolled a
5,
purple
6,
worm.
7, 8.
Pretty dope.
That's pretty bad,
And
actually.
Alaskan bull.
We need to go.
Map or no map, John?
I'm getting it. Hold on.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to know whether to roll initiative. That's fine.
I don't think we escaped this thing.
I was
did
not anticipating a roll.
we? Like I will, but
I mean, I'll probably make it.
All right, place. Oh, they're gonna be small, aren't they? I'll be putting you all down. But once your token's on the table, go ahead and place yourself where you want and roll your initiative.
Which direction is it coming from?
You are heading this way, or you're heading west, and it is on
Right to left.
Yeah, it's on the northern wall. Here, let me get him on the board real quick.
Okay.
Said he's 30 feet wide.
Yeah, 30.
He might be 20. Let me double check. He a big boy. You shouldn't be that. Sorry. Apologies. Everybody moved as far left as they could. That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, you should be on the right half of the map. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I would have just been at the front and on the ceiling.
Okay.
Is that where you want me?
Okay.
Is that what you want?
If that's where you want to live, if that's where you want to live, you live there now.
Sandworm.
Who am I missing? Cohort.
Ropes.
Ropes.
That's a big one.
Zach, you see that thing I sent you?
Okay. So yeah, select your token, roll initiative.
Hmm.
Ropes initiative. How do you roll initiative on a cohort?
Top middle, there should be like a dice sitting there. It says
I see
init.
it.
And I need to know whether or not this is going to be open before we get into this.
Open what? Oh, the rolls. What do you want me to roll?
No. Yours are fine.
Oh, yours. I see.
Okay, good. Because I could have guaranteed a death if the dice were.
That's strong.
Yeah, you should not be seeing this. You should not be seeing this kind of thing at all. Okay, so
Purple worm? Yeah, I agree. We need to leave.
so in actuality, this one size is actually what I said it was, so it is a little bigger.
Damn.
And who was the person who was last into the mysterious laboratory? Was it you, Shambles? You're the one who saw the worms going down the hill with the Remorazes chasing
Oh
them,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm the one that saw them.
This the same one.
I reckon.
If it's not the same one, they all look the same. But this one looks
No,
exactly.
it's him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have no
Good luck,
control
guys.
over ropes. I can't grab this token.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I see.
Pick.
How about now?
We were heading west. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to the left of the map. Can you get him now?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. So 17, Shambles, you're first on the docket. Like I said, this thing is massive. It breaks through the wall. It seems kind of disconcerted at first. If Beldrug is right there, its head kind of rears up, and its mouth kind of opens wide like it is just going to drop down into the stone, grind the stone around him, and just take him and the earth with it. Based on the way it came through the wall, you think that it's digging through the wall with the front teeth that kind of move and oscillate a bit. Are you familiar with Total Recall? Have you seen the movie Total? Not the new one.
It's been a long while since I've seen it.
Well, okay, for those watching or those who are currently sitting at the table, if you've seen Total Recall and you remember the drill that kind of burned through like everything, and Arnold Schwarzenegger eventually drilled it and decided to kill the driver, that's kind of what the teeth are moving like. It's kind of like they're like changing, like a shark's teeth. Like, you know, they're kind of set in rows, but the front rows seems to kind of move to kind of rip the stone apart. And it looks like it's shaking its head to drop down and do likewise to that.
If Iro had one of these, he would have had no trouble at pausing, say.
As a free action, Grok says, "Run."
All right. I put on my getaway sticks and I'm moving. Double dash.
You guys
I'm
aren't getting
going-
away from this. If he leaves, you guys will die.
If he leaves, what do you mean?
Shambles and I will probably make it out of here at our speed. The rest of you will not.
No, probably not.
We fighting?
So
Right
if
now.
if you have a way to stun this thing or slow it down, that's what you need to do.
Shambles can stun it.
I don't have faith in my ability, but I'm gonna wail on him.
Alright.
I'm gonna get as far
It's a con.
over here as I can.
Is it a con saving throw?
Yeah. He looks like a thick boy.
He is a thick lad.
So
17 will miss, 12 will miss, 11 will miss. You kind of rush into it. Its head's kind of like 10 feet, 15 feet in the air. The teeth kind of pointed downwards. You kind of move in and kind of slam into its like arched kind of underbelly. And you can watch as the blows kind
Flurry
of
of
bounce
blows.
off. As you're slamming into it, you see that there's like one part of the plate that seems to be kind of shaking a bit. And with that last blow, you hit it so it shakes and you can see into it. And then you kind of knife hand straight out into it and hit flesh with that last attack. Go ahead and give me a damage roll.
10 bludgeoning.
You see it kind of
Counts
shake.
as magical.
Yep, you see it kind of shake and kind of, and like its mouth position kind of moves from hanging over Beldrug and kind of like a crane claw over top of you instead. But are you key pointing to stun?
Yeah, give me a Constitution save.
Okay, what's the DC?
14.
23. All right. So
There, right there.
and it kind of brings its mouth over top of your head instead. Beldrug, you are up. You see that the robot is fighting this thing, and he threw many attacks, but only one got through. And you're having flashbacks to Calareth and his inability to be hit by you.
How much can I
It's a new
adjust?
day.
So you can move around him entirely, so long as you stay
As long as I
adjacent
go
to him.
outside.
You know, if you move outside of his range, then he will get a free
Yeah,
attack.
that diagonal was a mistake. I just want to move 4 squares to there, so that's
Sure.
20 feet. And then I'll swing with the maul,
Okay.
which means I don't have my shield equipped. Right?
And in actuality, it's either going to be here or here. This is a bigger monster than normal. It's not square shaped. It does have a weird, like Shambles has.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
having
that's-
an issue.
It has a weird caddy.
3.
23 hits.
Well, and that's not including. Yeah, it is.
Is this
Yeah.
thing Fey by chance?
It's not.
That's too bad.
Oh no, it doesn't include the 1d.
Okay, so as it kind of turns its attention, you kind of sweep around the side and can see that where the plates kind of connect to the spines that run along the side of it, there's like a weird kind of fleshy ridge kind of underneath the bulge of plate, and you kind of swing it in and smash into it. A burst of white kind of burst out from underneath it, but the radiance doesn't seem to kind of get through.
It's bloodied now, right?
So
I'm
this,
so mad about it.
real quick, the D4 roll, it's the 1. So you didn't need to roll a D4. It's 11 plus the 1. That one on the right there. See where it says bludgeoning 1?
Oh yes, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That's your martial added.
Even less by 1. I got you.
No worries. And then like it doesn't seem like a lot of the radiance pulses through.
Well, a lot of ones throughout that attack.
Yeah. 1 1 1 1 or 1 1 1 2.
Happened.
So that's a total of 12, 13, 14. Doesn't seem to kill it, which was the dream. Go ahead and make your second attack.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
boy. All right. I guess this is happening. I guess this is real. So
Okay.
your stuff is not set for heroic critting. So just so you know, when you crit, you do maximum amount of damage for the weapons attack roll, not for the martial aptitude, not for anything like that. But you still rolled max for that shit anyway, so baller on that.
Yeah,
So it'll actually be 12 plus 12 plus 8, which would be 24, 32.
32.
Yeah, that gets
Okay.
that changes its attention.
So we've done 54 total.
Yeah, it seems to kind of like as you hit it, it kind of cranes over like this, like backwards, and then it kind of reels so that its head's pointed at you, but its spikes are still kind of close to Shambles' head. That's
Wait.
it, right? Grok, you're up.
Grok will move to here, and we are going to cast a spell. We're going to cast Fairy Fire.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw, right?
Hey, John,
Yep.
you missed one of my initiatives.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I should have been on 15 too. The 8 should be ropes.
Oh,
you rolled twice.
you selected Raya's token.
I selected myself for the first one. Which
Yeah,
should have been rated.
If you look at
I
it, you
didn't-
also selected Raya.
I didn't reselect. Yeah.
Go
Just
ahead.
put me after Grok.
Okay. Well, I'll put you before it, but you can act after it.
Yeah.
And then I will put our cool kid on the map, and we'll put him on
Ropes.
8. Yeah, and he didn't get a chance to say his real name. Just a heads up.
Didn't
It
care.
doesn't
He's
have
not-
it anymore.
It certainly doesn't matter
It's
right
gone.
now. It probably won't matter in 10 minutes.
He's gone from one cult to another.
I got a -1 on my dexterity saving throw. So you watch as
That's
the
what I thought.
whole thing kind of lights up with what color fire?
Nice.
What color is the fire?
We're gonna say that it is purple.
There's no way you can't hit this thing.
Purple.
It's so purple. This is literally like this is a Prince album.
Nice.
This is the purplest thing you've ever seen. But yeah, advantage on attack rolls against him. Moving
Nice.
forward. All right, so then it goes to Raya.
Guess I'll just walk across the ceiling. He's tall enough, right?
Yeah, he is. Well, he's 30 feet tall, but he's kind of extending upwards a bit. So yeah, he's close enough for you to attack.
Yeah, I'll just stand up on the ceiling.
Okay.
Real
quick, out of character note. You do see that his attention keeps changing to whoever is dealing more damage, though. It's a very instinctual and bestial thing.
Yeah, I just won't deal the most damage. That shouldn't be an issue for me.
You do have sneak attack. Or do no damage.
See?
Biff.
Wow.
Bonus action, hide.
You're kind of like, there's
You don't have second attack?
nowhere to
Nope.
hide.
No, not for rogues.
There's nowhere to hide.
It's dark.
You're
Actually,
fucking
there's.
sick.
I'm sorry, but there's a light from the fairy fire.
So what you'll note, the main thing that you'll note about this creature is it doesn't have eyes.
Oh,
So
that's why he's so good at dodge.
yeah. All right. So, anyways, it goes to it. It will. You watch as its body kind of coils. Its head drops down for a second, then spirals back up as it kind of pushes in to the area a bit. And it seems like a snake kind of coiling. It seems like a good meaty portion of it's still behind it, but it seems that it's flopping its tail out towards you. And as it does so, you can see the tail has a massive like stinger on it, and that stinger drops down towards Shambles, where the head kind of lunges out in the kind of the same kind of spring, like a slinky unbinding, basically, towards Beldrug. So the tail stinger attack verse is you, 25 to hit.
Hit.
And you will be taking 13 points of piercing damage. And you are not immune to poison damage, correct? You're just immune to the poison condition?
Correct.
Okay. It was like 55 points of poison damage if you do not pass this saving throw. So go ahead and make a constitution saving throw.
What?
That's a lot.
11.
55 points of poison damage.
Anybody got inspiration? Come on.
All right.
Okay, it was also 11. I'm bloodied.
Oh, it's also 11. Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
It will bite at Beldrug. 23 to hit your AC.
Yeah.
Its head kind of just drops to the ground over top of Beldrug, and you see him just kind of disappear. Make a dexterity saving throw.
50. Maybe. There it is.
Failure. Failure. You watch him disappear inside of the mouth of the thing. You watch as it digs its head into the ground a bit and kind of pushes down, and Beldrug disappears, and then it kind of pulls back up, and as it does so, it leaves kind of like a crater where Beldrug was, more in size of its mouth than Beldrug, and Beldrug is gone. Inside of the worm, you take, because the shark blades kind of digging on and around you, will deal 22 points of piercing damage as it kind of tears at you. You can feel the plate kind of getting hammered, and you're kind of like trying to hold on to everything as you're basically moving inside of its throat. And then you start feeling the constraints of its throat muscles kind of pushing you downwards. You are now blinded. You can't see anything besides nasty flesh. You are restrained, and you can feel the acid of its internal organs and like its throat and guts kind of getting to your, I would assume your head because the way it swallowed you, You're effectively head first diving into its gullet. Yeah.
What are the shape of the goggles? Would they have prevented him from going blind?
He can see, but all he can see is this. It's like
Okay.
It's literally meat against like.
It's not something got in his eyes. It's just that he's been
Right.
swallowed.
He's-
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, he can't see outside of the creature. Is how I think they want that to be. Anyways, Rope looks to Raya, worried, but seeing that you're all kind of attacking, he kind of rolls forward and does what you want him to do.
No, he's probably gonna go self-preservation.
Yeah, if you want to roleplay him running away, I'm just assuming that.
What?
You know,
He's like, I'm not gonna abandon you, but I'm gonna get a head start. He's just gonna dash over there.
okay, if that's the way you want to game him, that's fine. I'll allow that.
It makes the most sense.
No.
I will note that because you took his scarf away and never gave him a new scarf, the ability Step into Shadows does not exist. It's not something he can do. So it is listed on his sheet, but unless he,
yeah, it's fine.
unless he has one of the cool scarves, he can't do it. Okay, so yeah, he darts away. Shambles.
15.
No, that's gonna miss. You have advantage. Oh, you rolled. But yeah,
19.
27. You have
Oh,
advantage.
27.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Okay.
I am a glowing purple worm. And remember, you're maxing out the
You're welcome.
yeah, your damage on your monk armor attack is still weird. It should be max
is it?
6 for the crit, so it'll be 9 plus 6 is 15.
Okay.
And did
Is
you want-
insides glow per-
Can you do stunning strike again? Is it worth it?
the insides
No,
are, the
it's
insides are not
absolutely
glow.
worth it.
Are you stunning strike?
Yeah, I gotta keep trying.
Okay.
14 to beat it.
I'd love to have a divination wizard right now. He's important.
Yeah,
Give him a
I
bad
rolled
roll.
a 26,
Man.
which is the most I can roll.
Okay.
God damn.
Second, third attack.
You say the
17?
lowest you can roll over 26.
The highest I can roll is 26.
Okay.
17
Damn.
misses by 1. Flurry of
All right,
blows.
we're gonna try one more attack.
Okay.
Come on.
26.
26.
Yes.
Are you doing the stunning again?
I will.
Okay.
It's another 9 bludgeoning.
Worth it. It's worth it.
Your efforts finally paid off. I rolled a 1, which is 7.
He
Still.
is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Yep, and another fun fact. Hold on a second here. So
How do we get Joe out of there?
technically, it's only if he takes damage, but I'm also going to rule it on for stunning. I'm going to roll another Constitution saving throw. You're getting really good rolls here, buddy. On my side, I rolled an 11 on that one. He is going to vomit everything he's
Yeah,
currently
that's how you get a Joe
swallowing.
back.
So,
Shisha!
so sorry, you will take Joe. You will still take
Vomit damage.
because this is effectively the start of your turn in the vomiting. You will take a total of 20 points of acid damage, but you are expelled. Actually, sorry, half 10, half 10. So it's 10 bludgeoning and 10 acid, if that matters. And you kind of slam onto the ground right where you're currently at. All right, Shambles, you still have movement.
Time to get out of
He's
here.
Stunned, by the way.
You're
How
all
does that
running?
last?
Is Joe able to move?
Well,
Can you pick him up
Okay,
and
his
go?
turn. I'm asking, is he down?
He's
is
prone.
he at 0?
He's prone. He's not dying. How would Beldrug respond to being covered in sick and laying on the ground after getting vomited?
Go! Go!
Go! We gotta go! Okay.
Constantly spitting.
Spitting out.
You gotta get out of here!
It tastes like
All right.
paint.
It's horrible in there.
I'm taking off 55 feet to the west.
Fair enough. Beldrug, you are prone, so standing will take up half of your movement, rounded down. So 10 feet of your movement, so 15 remaining. And then
Move to Grok.
if you want to dash, you can dash as a action. But if you,
Grok,
want
you
to
better be
dash.
something fast.
if you want
Dash in the
if you wanna-
direction of Grok.
if you want to fight, then that's an action too. What we doing?
East-west tunnel, right?
Yeah, you're going west.
I'm dashing, so I've already moved my 15 that
You got 25 more to go then. And
Try to intercept Grok's path as you go, because he can wild shape into something faster and pick you up.
take you with him.
There you go.
Short legs.
Mm-hmm. Dwarfs, me.
Yep. That's it, right?
Yep. Raya, as it kind of throws up and is stunned, its head kind of lolls up like this, and you can see the purple light kind of glowing around and everything. Inside of its mouth, looking into it, you can see strange bits kind of locked in the back rows of teeth, which appear to be the oldest. And you see this kind of glint off of the purple light kind of shimmering off of it. And as you kind of look down at it, you're like, that's a diamond. That's a whole ass diamond. Probably about the size of, a paint bottle or something.
We may or may not be a third of the way there.
Does it look like it's wedged in there?
Oh,
or does it look loose?
It's pretty far back. It's a good 10 feet in its mouth.
Yeah, but does it look like it's wedged between its teeth, or is it loose?
Hard to tell. Unless you use your action to perceive, you will not know.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to release the ceiling, fall.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to touch the diamond, grab it, and I'm going to Misty Step back onto the ceiling, bonus action dash.
Okay. So I will require for that 2 rolls. Roll number 1 will be an acrobatics check. And then roll number 2.
Anybody got inspiration?
Wish.
And then roll number 2 will be a strength check or strength athletics to see if you can pull the diamond out.
18 on that.
All right. So here's what happens. You go and fall into its mouth. When you hit right on its uvula or whatever, which causes its mouth to shut suddenly. And you're grabbing the diamond, not seeing its mouth shutting, because you're doing this very quickly, and you pull the diamond. And as you do so, it manages to come free. You have it in your hand. You look back up with the dagger in hand, focusing the lens in that direction, and you see nothing but teeth. There's nowhere for you to exit out of. At this stage, you'll have to do something else with your action to be able to free open its mouth to allow you to exit. You are not swallowed. You are just on its tongue, effectively.
I have not yet actually spent an action, correct?
Or a bonus action. All you've done is...
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll allow for that to have been pulled for free. That's fine.
Fall and grab was all it was.
Yeah. You're picking
I'll
it up.
stab him in the uvula.
Okay.
Try to get it to shriek.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Epiglottis.
And I'm going to remove its armor for the defenses in this purpose. That hits. Okay. Yeah, hitting
Like a snake, does he know I'm here?
Yeah, he's aware of your presence. Hitting him like that, it will cause him to kind of unconsciously kind of open his mouth just enough for you to see out, and you're kind of focus the lens back up and snap into that position. Pretty much a little further ahead than you were, maybe 5 feet over to the left. But you do not have an action to dash at this point. You'll only be able to move your 35.
Guys, I found a diamond!
Nice, run.
Grok.
Guys, run. Yeah, so
Rock fast and big.
bonus action, wild shape into a direwolf. Don't worry about changing me.
Okay.
Then I'm going to take my action and my movement basically to dash.
If you're picking up the dwarf, it will require your action to pick him up.
He can't jump onto me
No.
as I'm running by.
Because if you move as fast as you're about to,
Frick's sake.
he's gonna be like 70 feet behind you by the time.
No, I mean so wild shape. I go past him.
his action was dashing, so he's not under the impression there's gonna be a wolf rushing past. You're
But
gonna
But
be
I thought
still-
that he ran with the intent of intercepting me.
intercepting you, not grabbing onto you. He dashed to get to where he's at. That was his action. So yeah, you have to pick him up.
It's still stunned, Andy.
A whole other turn is gonna pass before it even gets to move.
Okay, so I get to there,
Yep, and then just grab him by the back of his shoulder.
and then I get
throw
another
him-
25.
Throw him up over your shoulder onto your back.
That's as far as I can get.
You're a mama wolf, grab him by the scruff.
Well, you can toss him over your shoulder so he can mount, and then kind of look it on.
All right, you're there with me, Joe.
The purple worm kind of, and you see it kind of drop down, kind of seems to be gaining its breath, and it's stunned until the end of its next turn. Correct?
My next turn.
Okay, so
The end of my next
it just kind of lays there, dumb for a bit. Ropes is all about the running, I think, right?
Yeah, he dashed. He wishes he could do it twice.
And he says back to you as you're kind of moving across the ceiling. He just yells over his shoulder, "I've never seen this shit before!"
Welcome to the group.
Shambles.
This is just a Tuesday.
Alright, I'm counting on everybody to keep up. I'm
Just wait till casual.
full
Fridays.
dash.
90?
Joe, move
That'll be
Bellator's
another
box.
165 feet.
Okay. Yeah, the robot pushes past him, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
I'm 170 feet
Yeah,
off map west.
well off board. And
Gizmo Duck.
real quick note, Beldrick being on the wolf, you're not going to take any movement, but everybody moving at 50 or more, there's no way the creature will catch you. You will see a point where it kind of does come to consciousness 100 or so feet back, just in light for the dwarf and Raya probably to see it, and it starts to kind of and start moving down the tunnelway, and you seem to be keeping a good pace ahead of it, and are far enough that it's not going to gain, and you see it kind of just stop and kind of burrow into the same wall behind you.
Fuck that.
Solid solid excursion there. You continue traveling for a time, and I'm assuming a little bit more purposefully, and on edge too, kind of keeping an eye out
Yeah.
for walls, looking to the dwarf every so often, because he was the one that said something's coming out of that wall, and then something did. It's like we got to keep you around if we're ever gonna be a tunnel again.
Welcome to the group, Ropes.
He after you kind of like get your breath, and he's kind of like, "Oh, yeah, no, we've met with Dwergar before. They never said anything about. Oh, they did say something about, yeah, a long time ago, but I thought they were kidding.
I very specifically asked you about worms.
It didn't jog my memory,
You're on dead fucking ice ropes.
but that fucking did. You said worms. I was thinking, like dragons. That's what they call them.
Like
Not-
fishing bait.
Yeah, not that ever. Sorry. So, if you continue traveling for the remainder of the day, did I have those other dice rolls? It has been a while since I asked for them. What was after the
They were all on there.
You had
19 and then 7 and 8, right? Or 8 and 7?
1987.
Yeah, so you managed to make it to here. And what I will tell you about here is this is the exit point of the Dwarf Road. You would see that the Dwarf Road kind of comes out onto a bit of a ledge in the hills here. And you can see that there's a switchback that goes down the hills, because you know I wanted to use the word switchback. Down the hills, at the same width, down the hills, and seems to lead towards a massive, a decent-sized town. The main feature of the town is a massive tower of Old Magier style, with a purple light that even in the daylight seems to kind of be noticeable from this distance, kind of glowing off in the way. And if your plan is to continue moving towards the town, we're pretty close to end time, and that sounds like a pretty good stopping point narratively. So next session we will begin in the town of Purple Light. Since we have 8 minutes, if there's anything you want to talk about, discuss in character, out of character, as I get the experience total for that, then just let me know. You technically survived the encounter and defeated it, so I will give you full experience for that bit. But yeah, table's yours.
Are we still streaming, or did you cut it?
We're still streaming technically. If you have any questions, this isn't out of order. I'm gonna stop streaming once I've got the math done.
You good?
Yeah. Why you hate us so much? Why do you
No.
hate us so much, John?
You rolled
That was
really
great.
bad. You rolled-
I told you guys not to fight it.
So, yeah.
Almost a third of its hit points. So I'm
That's
pretty
a-
sure. Hit around.
I
70.
feel like we could have taken him.
Is
Yeah.
CR, what is
But
that?
then again, we
CR
had-
what?
15.
idea.
15.
Yep. If it wasn't for the
We
stun,
had advantage and still were missing.
yeah. If it wasn't for the stun, it would have killed you.
Oh yeah, for sure. We probably all would have died.
Thank
Has
you.
what?
Shambles.
300 hit points.
247.
247 about, yeah.
Wow.
Could have killed that shit.
Into the crunch bits, but no, yeah. Whoever
Killed it from the inside. That's the strat. Everybody knows that.
Obviously.
you're restrained, so you have disadvantage on your attacks, and you're already bad at hitting. So I mean,
I had 2 key points left.
That's why you
Two
said
whole
it's
key
not-
points.
fair. Okay, I am gonna kill a stream. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week.